It was back in early 2000s when I first saw and shot the first generation Rocket 3 in India. I was too overwhelmed to even sit on it. Then I ultimately wrote it in 2015, and then I understood why they would name it like a self-proclaimed narcissist. Fast forward 5 more years and my secret desire to own the world's largest capacity motorcycle finally came true. Fueled even more by the fact that the second generation Rocket 3 was even more powerful and bigger, despite being 40 kgs lighter. 2.5 liters, 165 horsepower, inline 3, and 221 Newton meters of pure unearthly torque translated to the tarmac by a shaft drive and a humongous 240 rear, single side swing arm, and that visual masterpiece of an engine. Not only can it claim its strength from inside, but now it looked like a ripped athlete rather than a powerlifter that it used to. It is the best looking cruiser, if you can call that, in my opinion, and after probably the Honda Rune. Sounds sometimes like a lion growling and sometimes like a supercar. The icing on the cake was to be able to take it around India for 10,000 kilometers as a part of Road Trip United 2021, allowing other storytellers to also experience this marvel of human engineering. Road Trip United 2021 was my dream project to unite bikers and machines under one platform. This was the second iteration after the first one in 2018, in which we had an Indian Chief vintage. This time I married the world's fastest bike with the world's largest capacity motorcycle, the Triumph Rocket3r. And we also took a quarter-liter sports bike, a scooter, and 2 fantastic made-in-India SUVs too. This cavalcade truly depicted what xBhp means, from 9.5 bhp to 230 bhp and everything in between. The high point for me was the Rocket3r. I started creating an elegant black and gold color scheme to match my supporters for a long time and their fantastic new offering in engine oils, the Castrol Power One Ultimate. Castrol is the official recommended oil by Triumph as well. And while I use Castrol Power One Ultimate variants in all my motorcycles, it was a no-brainer which one will go in this. The only modifications on my Rocket3r: a tank bag, a cell phone mount, and a USB 12 volts connector which directly plugs into the stock socket up front. And of course, the fantastic people at Zana Motorcycles created a custom mount and fitted auxiliary lights, which are a great addition to the already functional stock dual lights of the bike. The trip was flagged off from Delhi and it headed east from Agra, Lucknow, Asansol, Burdwan before entering into Kolkata. From there, it was a run down south via Bhubaneswar, Vizag, Chennai, Hyderabad, and the Land's End in Kanyakumari. From there, we started going back up through the Nilgiris, the beautiful Goa-Mangalore highway, and into Mumbai, before going into Gujarat and Rajasthan and ending its 10,000 kilometers in Delhi. I would choose the R version of the GT any day because it allows me to corner better, stand up over potholes, and generally have more confidence while riding hard. In the entire trip, the first time any storyteller rode the Rocket3r, even after the Ninja H2, they were left flabbergasted with the power and the rideability of the bike. It is as approachable as a 2.5 liters engine in a motorcycle can be. If you want to go any bigger, then you would have to compromise your life and limb and go for a custom bike like the Boss Horse, which I also happen to ride in India.
It truly makes you feel like a boss on the road.
In the entire ride, we had a preventive oil change and service in Chennai, with an oil change and yes, a tire change. The A1 Cobra Chrome tires were specifically developed for the Rocket 3 lineup. It not only managed to give the bike a huge rear profile to match the rest of the bike, but also had surprisingly good grips towards the edge. The amount of power and torque they have to manage is truly incredible and speaks about the tire's engineering. Talking about the performance of the engine, which is the heart of the bike, the heat was extremely well managed by Castrol Power One Ultimate and its full synthetic 5-in-1 formula that helped keep the insane engine's acceleration and performance every time someone used to ring the throttle. And trust me, it is the best feeling when you do that. The oil's role cannot be downplayed in protecting the innards of the engine to ensure smooth riding while keeping the engine cool in the insane Indian summer heat that we did the better half of the ride in. The Rocket 3R not only munched miles like no one's business, but also was surprisingly flickable, even in tight corners. I had a blast on this in Ooty and also the Traction Motordrome in Vadodara. The Rocket 3R also proved to be one of the major attractions of the entire ride. So what's my verdict about the Rocket 3R? See, these kind of bikes cannot be reviewed. They are unique, one of their kind with no competition, at the top of the food chain, alone. So if you want to be with bragging rights, with the world's largest capacity motorcycle in your garage, with a motorcycle that is not a contraption hurriedly put together like the Boss Horse, but clinically done to ensure maximum safety and fun while riding for years to come, then go for it. Else there are plenty of other bikes in the market and they do the job just as well. Not quite hurriedly, I might add. Let's see what a few of my friends, storytellers, had to say about this bike on the trip.
हमारे पॉकेट में रॉकेट है भाई, हमारे पॉकेट में रॉकेट है। क्या साउंड है गाड़ी की यार।
Different experience, amazing.
The iconic duo, the Kawasaki Ninja H2 and the Triumph Rocket3.
Time to go and enjoy my date with the beast. Sunset, wow. The torque, the pull, it's like a raging bull. Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I cannot explain this thing to you. इसमें इतना ज़्यादा throttle है, इतना ज़्यादा throttle है, like it's on another level, man.
Damn, इंजन देखो भाई, इंजन। हैंडल अच्छी हो रही है वैसे, वेट के हिसाब से बाइक की हैंडलिंग काफ़ी अच्छी है। She is pulling like crazy यार, मतलब बहुत तेज जा रही है भाई। रॉकेट है सच में, रॉकेट।
Triumph Rocket3 ये 2500 सीसी का इंजन है इसमें और बहुत ही ज़्यादा टॉर्की है, बहुत अच्छा पुल है।
इसका पोस्चर सही में अलग है यार, बहुत, और वो भी मजेदार।
This is huge. This is really huge. मतलब बहुत ज़्यादा huge है बाइक ये, and wow, I'm feeling like God right now. मतलब ऐसे लिटरली भगवान की फीलिंग आ रही है मुझे।